The United States faces a difficult problem they must confront. U.S. schools are falling behind the schools of Europe and around the world. Children in America are simply not learning what they need to learn, and when those children grow up without sufficient education, America will fall behind the rest of the world in industry and transportation. Attention deficit disorder, a disorder where people cannot focus on the task at hand and often get distracted, challenges the student's ability to learn, and studies show that the number of people with ADD are increasing every year. America's students are underperforming and taking longer to do it than the students in Europe and Asia. Now, why do the schools in other countries, why are they doing so much better? Their people are simply better. In America, the best a teacher can hope for is a slightly learning disabled child with significant psychological problems who manage to forget to take their medicine every morning. In America, the best a kid can hope for is a slightly suicidal teacher with significant academic problems, whose favorite story to tell is about how he or she managed to fail so many subjects in high school and then was deemed fit to educate the next generation. It's a terrible cycle that ensures each generation is stupider than the next and needs to stop. Luckily, with my parents having spent thousands of dollars to send me to a school where they employ nothing but the best underperforming teachers, I've crafted what will, without a doubt, solve the education issue. In one word, shock collars. Shock collars. Shock collars can and will solve our problems. They've already proven their effectiveness in the canine market, teaching dogs essential life skills such as how to stay in the yard and how to stop barking at every person that happens to walk outside my window. If shock collars can teach dogs, often considered the intellectual superior to most American students, to do such complex tasks, then one can only imagine the type of benefits that would be garnered by deploying them in U.S. schools. My goal is to have every student, from kindergartner to high school senior, with a shock collar around his neck by 2012. Teachers will be given a system by which to administer the negative reinforcement, which has been proven to be the best type of reinforcement by the sadist and masochist Center for Advancement of Mankind, whenever the subject should act out. Teachers will be given a short, half-hour seminar on how to decide whether it's right to shock students up to 1,000 volts, with the seminar suggesting that shock should be reserved for when the student talks out of turn, gives the wrong answer to a question, stares into space or out the window, gets distracted, tries to run the answer, attempts to attack the teacher, or tries to express him or herself. The seminar would also suggest that teachers do not positively reward students for their correct answers, and instead snide the remark, "About damn time," under their breath. It will help strengthen the benefits of the shock collar, without the distractions and disruptions. Without the distractions and disruptions of a normal, shock collar-free class, the teacher will be able to educate his or her students about everything he or she didn't learn in school, allowing each generation to be smarter than the next until, eventually, several generations down the line, teachers will be able to answer basic questions in their field. The shock collar has no downsides. Many opponents of shock collars stir up outlandish, fear-mongering claims such as burns, pains, loss of nervous control over heart and lungs. These allegations are completely ridiculous, and any company that produces shock collars will tell you that they are completely harmless. They swear. Opponents have suggested that instead of using shock collars, we instead better educate our teachers and pull from the top 10% of their classes. And as wonderful and ideal as this scenario would be, what genius is going to forego making millions to instead get low pay teaching kids that would prefer to watch something as stimulating as Jackass 3D? Only an idiot would choose teaching three dumb jackasses. Opponents have also suggested that we raise the incentives of being a teacher, to I ask the question, with what money? In the midst of recession, raising the pay of a teacher to a point where it's economically reasonable to choose teaching over a job where you can afford basic human necessities would cost far more than simply buying shock collars for every student. Shock collars are the economic and reasonable way to go. I understand that many parents are concerned that their children is going to eat through their parents' retirement fund trying to start a business and make fart apps for the iPhone, only to have it miserably fail. With shock collars, parents won't need to worry. Their children will be persuaded into settling for that boring and they'll give up their dream of opening a tech startup that allows users to send short 140-character blasts to all those interested. Because who the hell would want that? Thank you.